Hello dear, welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I made this dart manipulated dress, then watch to the end. So this is the front with the same measurements and all that. So the first thing we need to do is to eliminate our dart. So we are going to be leaving the bust dart. We'll be eliminating only this dart. So that is quite straightforward and easy to do. All we need to know is how wide is our dart. This is 1 inch. So I'll come in by 1 inch here. I'm going to be moving the darts to the edge of the block. And this is 1 inch here. So after doing that, we just need to join the points. I don't want it to be too pointy, so that's why I'm using the scarf to make it smoother. Okay, so do the same for here. So now these darts are no longer here. It assumes that this has been shifted to the edge, which we are going to cut away. So now the next thing we need to do after doing this is to get our style line. So I saw something on Pinterest which is going to be an inspiration to me. I'm just going to try and do it with just minor changes. So what you need to take note of is whenever you are drawing your style lines on the block, make sure that you are targeting the nipple points. That's to ease tension. That's to ease the tension. So the fabric, when you are cutting on your fabric, is laying flat and everything is as you want it. So let's just go on with getting our style line. So the first that I would like to do is get from the midpoint of the neck through the bust point and to the waistline. So okay, so all right, so this is our first style line. So this is going to be fabric 1. I'm going to write F1, fabric 1. Then the next style line is going to be from the hip, from around the hip, just a little bit above the hip, all the way to the midpoint there. I want to get the midpoint. This is, I just want to mark the midpoint. This is around the middle. So, and then from here, I want to draw it all the way there. I'm imagining it before drawing. Okay, so we have something else. I'm just going to draw like 2 more lines there. And then I'll draw another one. Okay, so this is all I'm going to be doing. Very simple and easy to make. So this is going to be fabric 1, this is going to be fabric 2, this will be 3, this is also going to be fabric 1, the same fabric. This is going to be fabric 1, this is fabric 2, and this is fabric 1. I still need to draw another style line here to ease this. By the time we are closing this bust dart, you are going to see the reason why I'm talking about passing through the bust point. So I'm just going to come up with something else. Using my mind's eye to look at it before drawing. So this is coming towards the armhole. So I'm going to extend it out a bit, because you know, when we are doing the princess dart, you see what I mean. If you don't extend it out when you are sewing it, you're going to have issues. It's going to be short. So I just extended it now. I will redraw the armhole so it is not short. Anytime there is an extension to the armhole, always extend a little, by say ½ inch. So I'll just do something similar to this, one more, and we are good to go. So this is how it's going to be. Alright, so this is fabric 1, fabric 2, fabric 1 again, fabric 2, fabric 1, fabric 2, fabric 3. Then we are going to number it. Okay, so this is our first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so, and also when I'm cutting, I'm going to be putting, you know, this is up, 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 up. So let me do it now. So this is the up. Okay, this is the up portion. This is the upper part, up, up, up. So we have a few things we need to do. I would like to get a facing for this neck before we start to pieces, a facing, and to add sewing allowances. So for the outer part, I'm just going to be adding 1 inch all around. So you know how to do that. So I'm just going to add 1 inch all around the pattern. So see where I'm measuring from, the new line, the new style line. I don't want to pieces before I start adding allowances to the sides. So on this side, I'm just going to add half. I'm adding ½ inch for joining. So after adding it, I will just extend my my lines, my style lines to that point. Okay, so now we have our sewing allowances added. So the next thing we need to do now is to cut out these pieces. So before we cut out, we need to close our bust dart. So to close this bust dart, you'll see the reason why I said you should always pass through the bust point, because it will ease certain tension. So let me close the bust dart. If you don't want to do it this way, then you can use the other elimination method that I taught you. After eliminating it, then you can just cut without having to do this, without having to close the bust darts anymore. See how this looks. See the bust area. It looks so pointed. If there was nothing passing through here, how do you cut this on the fabric? So it's very important. So now I'm just going to cut out everything we have done. When we are cutting, I'm not going to be piecing it. I'm going to be arranging it 1, 2, 3 like that, so I will not get confused. I'm done cutting off the excess. Okay, so we only have what we need now plus allowances. So now let me cut the first one. You can see how flat it's now laying. So when you cut through the bust, it eases the tension there. I'll cut the number 2. When you cut through the bust points, it takes away the whole stress going on at that point. So you can easily place it on your fabric and cut. So this is number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Five. Number 6. So now we have our clothes pieces. So all I need to do now is to place it on top of the fabric and cut according to the fabric, the way it is numbered. Okay, so this is, remember, this is the armhole, this is the neck, this is the shoulder, and this is up. Okay, so we have added allowance to the neck, to the shoulder, to the armhole, and to the sides. All we need to do is to add 1/2 inch on this down part that will be joining with the 2. The part that will be joining with the 2, so we need to add 1/2 inch to this side. So I'm just going to cut it out now. So now we've gotten for the first one. So we'll lay it aside. Let's get for the second one. I'm checking the stretch and I'm going to lay it exactly the way I laid the first one. And I'll make sure that the wrong side is the one facing up, where I'm putting my marker, my chalk. I'll be adding 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here, but no need for this side, and this side, because we added allowances already. So I'll use my pin to secure it in 2 places because it is long. So that is how you keep adding allowances to all the sides that you are going to be joining with the other parts. Okay, so you can see. So I have what to use in holding here, like this. So that's how you add for the back and everywhere. All right. So cutting the front, this is what I have. I did a little bit of modification here. I joined these 2 back into 1 piece. Just a small modification, but this is what we have. And this is what I have for the back. Remember, the back is on fold, so we have 2 pieces of each. Okay, so this is what we have for the back. So the next thing now is to sew this beautiful dress. So you can see I've joined the front portion, you know, part by part like this. It's ready, and this is the back. I've also joined the back the way I want it. So the next thing I need to do now is to, you know, put our zip. I'll open up this part and I'll put zip. Also, I'll put the facing on the neck. I will attach a facing to the neck, then I'll join the shoulder. Once I do that, I would show you what next to do. So remember, the next thing to do now is to put a facing, join the shoulder, and to attach a zip. Then we can maybe join the sides and put our sleeves. So this is the result of the dress. Okay, so what I did was, after joining the blocks like I showed you from top to bottom, I just made it like a basic dress, like a normal dress, the way you will sew the dress. I put the facing, I attached the zip, I joined the side, the bottom, and I attached the sleeve. And look at the result that we have, guys. So it is how to go about doing your that manipulated clothes.